Hello and welcome back to Tech and Beyond, when we unpack key issues shaping Nigeria digital development story, from innovation to inclusion, from people to policy. My name is Peter Mary Yetunde. I'm your host for this podcast. So today we'll be talking about something that is shaping the very heart of NITDA itself, and that is Innovation Challenge 1.0, which is beginning from the 6th to the 10th of October 2025. Now, this is more than just an event. It's a platform where great ideas are turned into real-life solutions. We have carefully identified 13 pressing challenges, formed 23 dynamic teams to tackle these challenges, lined up 24 dedicated staff mentors, and also assembled a respectful council of judges who are going to be evaluating the best solution. So to further help us unpack what to expect at this event, I have here with me in the studio the SA to the DG on Innovation and Research at the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, Mr. Lamid Lukman. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio, sir.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for having me.
I know you are very busy with the Innovation Challenge at the ongoing right now. You're very busy. So really appreciate your time here, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's get straight to it. Let's dive into some questions that get us right to the heart of this movement. We know that NITDA has always valued innovation. It has been its core value. And like the DG always said, it said innovation at NITDA is not a slogan or a catchy word. It's about people taking ownership, daring to create, like shaping the future. And I know that's the spirit we're celebrating at this challenge. So why do you think NITDA chooses this moment to institutionalize our innovation platform?
Okay, thank you so much, Mary, for having me.
You're welcome.
Innovation is at the heart of every successful organization today in
Yes.
the world, and even successful people. So that has been the heart of NITDA. If you look at the mandate of NITDA, we are to promote the use of technology in every sectors of the economy, and technology without innovation is a bit useless.
Yes.
So it all started when the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, developed the Renew Hope agenda
Yes.
of the federal government of Nigeria, and during his campaign, he said 1 million jobs is going to be created through the digital economy in Nigeria. So after that pronouncement, we started working to see how best we can actually work around and also surpass the 1 million tech jobs in Nigeria. So shortly after that, the Federal Ministry of, if you look at it, the former ministry was named Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy. So because innovation is very key and is very important to driving development in any nation, so the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu renamed the ministry as Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy. So innovation becomes a central part of development. And then the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, through the our able minister, Dr. Bosun Tijani,
Yes.
developed a plan accelerating prosperity for all through technical efficiency. This has about 5 pillars, and one of the pillars is actually innovation, entrepreneurship, and capital. So all this is a build up to the development of the STRAP 2.0 strategic roadmap, NITDA strategy roadmap and action plan 2.0, where the DG championed that development of the strategy. And one of the pillars of that strategy is nurture innovative and entrepreneurial ecosystem. And the second one is cultivate a vibrant organizational culture and an agile workforce. So this is where the innovation, the idea to impact, we call it idea to impact, came from. So we needed to support the DG and the minister to see how we can transform the internal parts of NITDA to be able to leverage our capacity that we have in house. Because when we talk about the innovation, we already have an office. This first part of the pillar, which talks about nurture innovative and entrepreneurial ecosystem, we have an office, the ONDI office, taking care of this part. Okay. So we also needed to have something in house to be able to build, to ensure that we can create that culture of innovation in NITDA. That was where the thinking. So DG, we had this discussion with the DG, and he directed that, okay, we need to do something urgent. And then, as you know, I was the SA tech to the DG. So in his dynamic nature, in his innovative nature, so he created another office called the office of, the SA, created this office known as innovation and research. He's not an office, I'm just an XA on innovation and research, to be able to advise him appropriately. So and he charged us with one of the KPIs in that office is number of innovative ideas that come out from NITDA and also get implemented. So that was when we conceived the idea of innovation, ideas to impact. Okay. Ideas to impact. So then we felt that, okay, we need to do something to be able to institutionalize this particular innovation in NITDA. We need to be able to create a framework that will be able to do that. And that was why we created NITDA Internal Innovation Framework. So this led to, now in the innovation framework, we consulted a lot of, we did a lot of research globally to identify different frameworks that will work for government organizations. As you know, that we're in government, and also we have this intention of actually ensure that if it succeed in NITDA, then we can take it to the we can mainstream it to the public service. So, but we need to start something that works here. So we developed this framework, and it has 3 phases. The first one is innovation sensing, and the second one is the incubation and acceleration phase. The first one is to actually identify challenges, which is innovation sensing, get insight into the challenges of the agency itself, what is hindering us from making a lot of progress, to be productive and increase our performance, superior performance. So that's the first phase. And the second phase is when we say, okay, there's need to accelerate, there's need to incubate those ideas and accelerate them. What are the things that we're supposed to be doing? So that's the second phase of it. And the last phase is those ideas that are, excellent, something that needs to be done. How can we get them implemented? And that's the whole idea of ideas to impact. So we developed that framework, and we needed to get it implemented, and then we started implementation.
Okay, I know that this is going to be a very interesting innovation week, because with all of the ideas and creativity flowing into the pool, we know that there's going to be a greater innovations in NITDA itself before bringing out to the bigger world out there. Now, let's talk about the creativity itself. We know people are selected. We know they have carefully identified these 13 pressing challenges to be handled, and with all the teams and their mentors. So what are the most solutions or challenges that you're most keen to see submitted to this innovation challenge book?
Okay, quickly, I will talk about how we went about it. We called for challenges. We didn't want to start from idea to submit idea. We called for challenges because we needed to identify our challenge. You want to know where the shoe pins, you understand? Okay. So, and then we call this through the staff to say, okay, staff of NITDA, can you please identify the challenges that's hindering our superior performance? So, and about 35 challenges were submitted, and in the innovation framework itself, we categorize these ideas and solution and challenges into 3 phases. We're looking at, some of the challenges speaks to STRAP 2.0, and some of them speaks to optimizing our processes, and the last one is looking at transformative ideas, that how are we looking at NITDA in the next 10 years. So kind of transformative ideas that will transform NITDA. That's the categories that we had. So we asked people to submit ideas in these areas, and people submitted 35 ideas. And then in order to create awareness and also ensure that people actually are able to follow through, so we now said, okay, we are putting these challenges into full, because we can't put this challenge into the innovation process. They are too much. So how can we reduce? And by way of asking people to also prioritize those challenges and tell us which challenge is more pressing. So after that voting exercise, 13 challenges came out top. And then after that we called for team formation. So to my surprise, we got more than enough teams, because at a point we felt that, okay, maybe we might not be able to get people to work on challenges and all that. So, and the DG has also directed that, okay, we need to incorporate the core members, and we should not limit it to staff, because we know staff are also busy. And then the fact that he has a vision for core member and IT students that are coming to NITDA, he wants us to build their talent at the first stage, and also put them on project on these challenges, so that they can solve those challenges, because they have a different perspective of what NITDA might look like. So, and that was why we included the core members. They are young, vibrant minds, and we've seen some of them done excellently well. Like what DGs normally say, he talks about the history about AMSA, who is automating our registry. And then we talked about the Tomiwa, who is working on agentic AI for us, trying to actually achieve the DG's dream of the AI transformation roadmap. And we have one. When we started, we needed an innovation platform to be built. We've consulted, we've done a lot of things and all around, but we couldn't get someone to do it for us. And then somebody introduced a core member, one of the core members here, called Tulu. So we engaged him, and then we gave him the idea and the design. To my surprise, he was able to do it. He was able to build this innovation framework from start. Something we'll have spent 30 million to do, because we consulted, and so those consultations were telling us that no, before they can give us this platform, we need about 30 million naira to be able to do that and all that. So we felt that, okay, there's no fun. Let's try, because I can't just go take this to DG. So we needed to do something different. So we engaged this young guy. He was able to develop the innovation platform that we're using currently. We're still working on it to be able to allow us to pull this innovation from beginning to the last, ideas to impact. Okay, so, and that's the whole that's the platform we're going to use for the whole process. Onboarding the teams, onboarding the mentor, onboarding the judges. We're able to do all the judges, and be able to submit their ideas, and be able to monitor this idea from submission to the implementation and all that. So, and also give us an insight of what kind of things are happening around the innovation processes itself. So these are some of the things that are happening. So to my surprise, some of the because we focus more on the AI transformation roadmap by the DG. Okay. So we identify some of the challenges in that roadmap, and then be able to articulate that challenge to be part of the what people will act. So there's something they submitted in terms of knowledge management. DG has been talking about that in terms of, if all of us are going to be living NITDA today, how can we be able to orchestrate something, an AI system, and AI LMS that can be able to answer this questions, and tell us about NITDA, as if we all move from NITDA today, and then a new set of people are just interact with machine, and the machine will be able to tell you everything about NITDA. So that aspect, the challenge was put out, and then we been able to name the challenge NITDA's digital brain. Okay. You understand? So people are also, it's part of the challenges today. And people felt that, okay, there's need for us to create awareness about NITDA, to be able to ensure that if you interact with a system, you should be able to play a game that will allow you to know more about NITDA, know about the department, be able to answer questions, and they call it gamified NITDA. So in a fun way, if you want to write exam, ability to even write exam, to read, it's a problem to some of us, you understand. But how can you just play a game in a fun way to be able to
It helps to assimilate
answer
too.
questions, assimilate in a fun way?
Yes.
These are some of the things that are coming up. It's to my surprise. So smart ID card, so many other innovative ideas that are coming. We have issues with fake website of government now. So these are some of the challenges that also came. How can we address some of these challenges and so many other challenges that are there in the 13 challenges that are prioritized?
Well, I'm very excited to hear about all of these challenges. I know a lot of people out there are also eager to see how these challenges are worked on and how they are implemented. And the fact that the youths, the NYC, the IT members are actually being engaged for this is even more exciting, because if you look at it, the Nigeria itself, we have, even if not one of the country in the world that has the highest number of population of youths. So it's actually good that you're engaging them to something, because they are the future actually. Now let's talk about the projects, all of these challenges itself. They are great ideas, and we know how bureaucracy can slow down things sometimes. So the worst thing that could actually happen to any great idea is it being buried under red tapes. So what do you think are the things they can be put in place to ensure that these ideas, these innovations brought by individuals, by teams, are not being buried by bureaucracy?
Okay, thank you for that, for appreciating that the agency is trying to see how we can help the youth, especially the core members and IT students. DG in his magnanimous magnanimous nature, he told the HR, the director of HR, and the team and the entire director that, see, there is no need to reject any core members. Of course, we need to try as much as possible to get them on board. So the question now is that if we get them on board, how can we get them trained and then be able to allow them to be able to set up their own businesses after become an entrepreneur? This is the world of technology, and we've seen a lot of great men and women out there that are doing well with technology. So the idea of that's when it asks us to change the talent, the training plan. So where they're going to be trained for like 5 months and then allow them to go into this project kind of stuff. So we have to give it to him, because the dream is for him to be able to transform a lot of lives, in through this process. So back to your question of bureaucracy, of course, number one, in the framework that we developed, we plan to have what we call NITDA Innovation Fund that will be able to be used to fund the processes, the some of the great ideas that are coming out of that process. Recently, the DG, in his nature as well, has been able to, with the management and the directors, were able to approve that we should have an innovation space. This innovation space is where some of these teams can come and brainstorm and be able to actualize their dreams. So we need a convenient and serenity environment where they can be able to ideate, be able to work together collaboratively, using a lot of technology and innovative tools. So we thank the management for that. So we hope to get it implemented as soon as possible. And also the fact that we also have in the framework itself what we call NITDA Innovation Fund. We're looking at how can we get a dedicated fund to be able to institutionalizing this fund to ensure that some of these great ideas can be funded. Some of them that need research and all that. We also find out that, okay, we need to, in order to institutionalize better, we also need to encourage some of these team members in terms of giving them an opportunity for career improvement, career development, to allow them to attend some great capacity building abroad, and also see how some of them can participate in different conferences. How can we now allow them to progress in their educational career as well? You understand, by encouraging them to do their masters, their doctorate degree. So a way to support them. These are documented in the framework itself. Recently, DG has promised that if we have great ideas coming up, is ready to fund them. You understand? And I'm very sure that our directors will also support us. They have been doing that, and I know they want NITDA to be a better place for everyone. So they are going to support us, and I'm sure there's not going to be any bureaucracy stopping any ideas from coming to life, ideas to impact.
All right, those are very exciting opportunities out there for these young people who are involved in this thing. So my next question quickly is we know that this thing is within NITDA and the benefit of the staff or the agency itself. I know it's not all about NITDA alone. This extends to the world in Nigeria itself. So how do you see this innovation challenge framework impacting Nigeria digital development, the transformation, and aligning with the renewal agenda?
So as I mentioned earlier when I started, I talked about the promise of Mr. President through the Renewed Hope agenda of creating 1 million tech jobs through the digital economy, and I talked about the will of the Mr. President to rename the current ministry as Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, because innovation as the center of economic development through it's one of the priority areas of accelerating diversification through industrialization, innovation and digitization, creative art and manufacturing. So that is the motivation for the DG NITDA to be able to institutionalize this innovation, the ideas to impact, to ensure that we are bringing in IT students and core members. So when they are leaving NITDA, some of them, a great number of them, we want a great number of them, about 90% number of them, to be able to have products and services that will allow them to be an entrepreneur. So now, as I mentioned, we already have a lot of them here, and then a lot of them are doing great things. So how can we nurture them to ensure that they can become what we call innovation-driven enterprises? They can build innovation-driven enterprises, and that's the whole goal, and that's the vision. So this is perfectly aligns with the Renewal Hope agenda of the Mr. President.
All right, thank you so much. This has been a wonderful conversation.
Thank you.
That is the SATDG on Innovation and Research, Mr. Lamid Lukman.
Thank you,
We
Mary.
appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Okay, so there you have it. Like I said earlier, this is more than just an event. It's a platform where great ideas are turned into real-life solutions. And also, aside shaping the agency itself, it's about shaping the broader Nigeria out there. So thank you so much for all of our viewers out there. Thank you for watching, and thank you for always subscribing and leaving us a review. Until we come your way next time, I remain your host, Peter Mary today. Bye for now.